What's up guys, macadii here, and today guys, a quick video to let you guys know about some of the trades that I've managed to do for week 1 of the Pokemon Fight Club. Now, straight after the draft we were allowed to trade, so these trades will come into effect in week 1, and maybe week 1, we don't know. You guys will find out on Thursday. So, there was a couple of Pokemon that I was not particularly keen on. I felt they didn't fit my draft, and there were things that I was very, very unlikely to bring. So I decided I was much better off offering them up and getting something that I knew I would use that would provide value for the team. So one thing I did notice with my team is my team had fantastic offense. Really, really nice offense, but the thing it does lack is bulk. So I wanted to get some mons that could give me some more bulk. Also, if I could get another rapid spinner, it would be fantastic. And also, potentially a ghost type as well, because my team is currently very, very weak to fighting. So getting rid of a few things that are weak to fighting, but also getting a fighting immunity would be absolutely fantastic. So I did a bit of digging, tried to get some trades going, and I managed to trade away a couple of Pokemon. So the first one is the Toxicroak. I know it is, in theory, it's a really good mon, and I've used it before in draft format, but I've just found it never, like the speed just isn't good enough, and it never performs right. I find you've always got to set up with it for it to actually do a lot of work. It is a schooled switch in though, so it was a shame that I did have to trade it away, but I think the Pokemon that I ended up getting provides a lot more value to the team, and the Pokemon that we traded Joker for was Walnut. Now, obviously not the most offensive of mons, but it gives us a nice physical wall. I must admit, it is another steel type, but it still sort of has, you know, it's not got the worst energy. It's not weak to ground, which is really, really nice. So that helps eliminate our ground weakness. And what this means is it gives us a rapid spinner, so we're not reliant on Donphan or Defog Braviary to actually get rid of the rocks. We don't have to bring those each week, but also this guy has the advantage over Donphan that he gets both Toxic Spikes, and also Stealth Rocks. So what I noticed with a lot of teams is a lot of teams do lack defoggers, and with the way randomizer works, you can't use free agents. So whatever was picked out of all of our teams, those are the mons we got to stick with for the season. We've got to try and get what we can from those. And a lot of teams I've noticed lack any form of hazard removal at all. Now, if I've got a very offensive team, having something like Walnut that I can function either as a physical wall or a sort of mixed bulky wall and sort of check to certain megas, but also I could use it as a sort of cast up hazard stack. And especially on the teams where either they've only got one rapid spinner or a defogger, or they've got none at all, which is a surprising number of teams actually. And this guy will just function really, really well. I'm a bit more comfortable with him over Donphan, so but obviously I still have Donphan, but this means I can now potentially look into trading Donphan for something that provides more value for the team, because as I said, I do very much prefer this guy. So that's the plan with this guy. He does get Volt Switch as well, so we can get slow Volt Switches to bring in some of our offensive mons. You could Hazard Stack, Volt Switch out, or switch this guy into Frets. As you force them out, you can Volt Switch, bring them out, bring into a new Fret, and things like that, which is really, really nice. Not, you know, we've got Pain Split for recovery, not the most reliable thing. We're not going to be using Rock Polish, most certainly, but it's just the fact that we can stack hazards with this guy. He walls quite a few different things as well, so having something that can just kick, just chuck up hazards gives us another sturdy user, so we're guaranteed outside of Taunt to be able to get at least one hazard up. So even if it's just Stealth Rock, that can make a big difference, especially when it comes to, you know, big sweepers like Mega Metagross, so we got our Keldeo, or even Alakazam and stuff like that. Especially Alakazam, because having a Pokemon that's extremely frail, and the whole point is it's able to one-shot things. So having hazards and putting that much pressure on your opponent is really, really nice. So that was why I decided this was a good trade, and I was much more likely to bring Walnut to matches than I would be for Joker. Next up, we have Frostbite. Now, Frostbite, it's another 4 times weak mon to fighting. I've already got Dark Types and Hydreigon, and also my Tyranitar. So I felt Sneasel was slightly redundant. I know it's got nice speed, and it's like a mini Weavile, but it was just another fast, frail mon, and I needed something that could provide me some more bulk, some more support, and this Pokemon that I decided to go for was Tartarus for the trade. So these were both traded by the Asda Price APOMs as like a double trade, and this guy really helps patch some problems in my team. It gives me some more bulk. This guy's got nice offenses, so he's not like sort of very passive. He is able to hit relatively hard. He also gives me another Will-O-Wisp user, which is really, really nice, so being able to pass on those burns, because as like Heal Bellas, I've noticed are even rarer than defoggers for a lot of people's teams. So having something that can pass around hazards and go around like that is really, really nice. Obviously, the HP isn't much to be desired, but with those defenses, you just invest in HP, and this guy becomes very, very bulky, which is really, really good. He also has some nice priority. He has Shadow Sneak, as well as Sucker Punch, both of which are stab and can hit relatively hard. He gives us a Memento user as well, which is really nice, so we can use this guy to actually bring in our Mega Metagross safely, and start sweeping from there, set up an agility, do whatever we want to do, basically, from there. So that's really, really nice. A nice foul play user as well, Destiny Bond, so he's got some good utility. Also, as I said, we've basically lost a 4 times fighting weakness, and we've gained an immunity. So that's really, really nice. And just in general, I must admit, I'm pretty pleased with this guy. He's not, as I said, he's not the most amazing, but for an RU pick, he is going to be, you know, pretty useful. So that's really, really nice. So those are the 2 trades that I had. If you guys are excited, let me know what you think of the trades. Hopefully you guys don't think I've been screwed over by them. I think I've done some reasonable ones, and I basically traded in 2 mons that I'm very unlikely to use and got back a really nice hazard stacker with a rapid spinner and a nice sort of wall that can actually hit back relatively hard and is a little, you know, sort of flexible in how you can play it. So let me know, guys, and I will see you guys at the match on Thursday. Macadii out.